Thank you. I have said pressure should be on the aggressor, not the victim, not only on the victim, because the victim hasn't done anything wrong. So, yes, we expect also pressure to be put on Russia because, again, we don't see them coming to the negotiation table and really negotiating in good faith or really negotiating for that matter. On the reparations loan, yes, we had short discussions today, but as the leaders will discuss this on Thursday, so the preparatory work is done to really come to a solution there. It's clear that it could be really a game changer for this war because it shows to Russia that it can't outlast, and it also gives very clear signals that they have to really bear the burden of these damages that they have caused to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Olivier.
Thank you, Olivier Beau from AFP, Agence France Presse. You had a conversation this afternoon with the two American envoys, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. I was wondering if you could tell us more about what they said and what you say to them. And also, if you are a bit more optimistic, talking about the reparation loan after the discussion you had, the short discussion you had this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. I have actually nothing much to report from the discussions with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, as I don't know if it was a cyber attack, but it definitely technology didn't work correctly, so we didn't really have good discussions. On the reparations loan, it is very hard. It's very difficult. Of course, today we also heard Belgium's worries, and I think everybody around the table understands Belgium's worries and is willing to share those burdens. And that's why, my personal opinion is that if we go further with the reparations loan, then actually the pressure would be off Belgium, and we would share the burden and risk with all the member states, because then it's a European proposal and it's Europe that is responsible, not Belgium. So I really, really do hope that we will achieve results Thursday, but right now, I'm optimistic by nature, but I'm also seeing how difficult it is. So I don't want to give any estimates. I'm saying that the work is ongoing.
Mm-hmm. Mattia.
Yes, hi, Rep. Mattia Bagnoli, ANSA. Staying on the same point, it is difficult approving the reparation loans. Some countries have put forward suggestions that maybe the Commission should explore or keep exploring other options, but we know that the clock is ticking, so maybe there is no time for other options now to be sketched out. So I would like for you to tell us if really there is no plan B, there is only plan A, and also what will be the consequences for Europe if cannot agree or fail to agree again on the reparation loan? Thank you.
Thank you. We have been exploring the different options for at least 3 last years already to find funding for Ukraine to defend itself. And we have come to the place where this reparations loan is the most viable option. As we know, I've been also proposing in my previous capacity as Prime Minister of Estonia the Eurobonds, because if we share the burden, also in terms of the loan, it is cheaper for everybody. But, it's an anonymous decision, and we don't have everybody on board. And that's why it hasn't worked for the last 3 years. And that's why I think this is really a viable option, because, again, this is built on the principle that the one who does the damage should also compensate for that. And as Russia is doing the damage for Ukraine, it is based on their frozen assets, and it's the best option we have right now.
Mm-hmm. Jorge.
Hello, Jorge Liboreiro with Euronews. I want to ask about another element that's come up in the peace negotiations, that is Ukraine's accession to the European Union. We heard the latest reports talking about maybe admission by January 27, which seems extraordinary given the country has not opened a single cluster yet. But regardless of these reports, where do you stand on this matter? Do you think any peace deal should set a fixed deadline for Ukraine's accession? Because that seems to run counter to the position that, accession is merit-based and should flow naturally according to the progress made by each candidate. So what do you say? Do you think accession should be based on merit or on a peace deal? Thank you.
Thank you. The accession should be merit-based. We have said also to Ukraine, to Moldova, all the accession countries that there is no discount also for Ukraine. But the circulation of this deadline and that it's stated in the peace deal shows that the Americans might be pushing it, which could be a good signal to one of our member states to unblock the opening of the clusters so we can move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Odile.
Odile Harvey pour Radio Nord-Bretagne. Ahmed Al-Ahmed, au péril de sa vie, a désarmé l'un des terroristes de l'attaque antisémite le jour de la fête juive de Hanouka en Australie. Ce héros de Bondi Beach n'envoie-t-il pas, cependant, un message très fort qu'il ne faut pas confondre islam, islamiste, terroriste, et que tous les musulmans ne sont pas des terroristes, comme le prétendent parfois certains gouvernants et certains partis politiques. Merci pour votre commentaire.
Thank you. I'm not confident enough to answer you in French, so I will answer in English. I mean, this is a clear sign. What we have always said in European Union. I mean, it is no place for anti-Semitism. It's also no place for anti-Islamism. This is, if we are talking about terrorists, these are single individuals that could come from all the religions, all the backgrounds, and this is also clearly showing it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Terry?
Hi, thank you. Terry Schultz with DW today. Although your VTC didn't work perhaps with the American negotiators, you did also have the Ukrainian foreign minister. Is it your understanding that when President Zelensky says he might be willing to drop Ukraine's NATO ambitions, does he talk about going as far as changing the constitution so that that's no longer part of the Ukrainian constitution? I don't know if you got to talk to the foreign minister that much. And through other intermediaries, is it your feeling that the U.S. position is evolving so that there is perhaps more evenly spread pressure, even if you didn't get to speak with Witkoff and Kushner? Thank you.
More evenly spread as to spread also to Russians?
I think that is your position.
I think what Minister Sybiha, of course, was explaining the difficult position, but also how open they are to the peace negotiations, and they are agreeing to everything to have peace, to illustrate that Russia does not want this peace. Of course, the concessions that we have heard, or the points we have heard, are extremely difficult, and to me, actually, they illustrate the Russian negotiation tactic. They just go forward and more pressure and asks, this is not good enough, and instead of really zooming out, I mean, the picture is that you offer them more, not really having a clear picture that we have one aggressor and one victim again. I mean, in order to have sustainable peace, long-term peace in Europe, we need to have concessions from the Russian side. And therefore, I mean, putting the pressure on Russia is our policy. We clearly see that they are not in good place. And if our allies would do the same, I think we would be very strong in terms of Russia as well. He didn't explain this any further, but of course we know that NATO is enshrined in their constitution. So if they concede into this, then first we need to really, by all member states and all countries, also Americans, give them very, very strong, tangible security guarantees, not only on paper, but really tangible, like how many troops on the ground, how much capabilities, because then this is the only thing that really protects them. So I think it has to go hand in hand with extremely strong security guarantees, but in the end it is up to Ukrainians to decide what they're willing to give up to have peace and for Ukrainian people.
Mm-hmm. Lily?
Thank you very much, High Representative. I wanted to ask about Belarus. Are you concerned about the U.S. lifting sanctions at a time when Lithuania is raising a lot of concerns about Belarus, and just as the EU is moving to widen its own sanctions regime? Thank you.
As long as this war is going on and Belarus is clearly helping Russia in its war efforts and also hybrid attacks against European member states, our position has been very clear. We are putting more sanctions on Belarus and to pressure them into not using these tactics against us. So raising the cost for them to change the calculus.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Last question, Tatiana.
Thank you very much. Tatiana Vysotska, European Pravda, Ukraine. My question is almost traditionally on 20th package of sanctions. Was it discussed today? When it will be ready and what may it contain of? And actually, I don't see that the Commission is very much in a hurry to adopt this 20th package. Is it connected with the peace negotiations, maybe? Are you waiting for the result? And actually, if the EU will think about lifting sanctions against Russia, if the peace negotiations will be successful, did you already thought about that? When and in which circumstances the European Union may be ready to lift sanctions against Russia during this process? Thank you.
Thank you. We decided last time that we are going to put sanctions on Shadow Fleet on rolling basis. So, like I said, we did 40 vessels and some enablers today. So, not waiting, huge packages, but actually going with the ones that we can move forward. Because really, when we did it the first time, we saw it has a huge impact on the oil revenues. Of course, Russia is getting more creative, has some friends. And we need to be agile and really move fast. And that's why we are doing this on rolling basis every month. Of course, the work on the 20 sanctions package is going, in parallel. But I think we shouldn't wait, and we have shown that we are not waiting behind those packages, but actually moving faster with the rolling of the sanctions on Shadow Fleet. Lifting sanctions right now not discussed because we are definitely not there. As I said, we have to put the pressure on Russia, so we are doing actually more in order to deprive them from the funds to really finance this war.
Thank you very much. It's a wrap.
Thank you.